Welcome back to Liver Live. We're here with your roundup of the most breaking Liverpool FC news over the last 24 hours. Remember to join us at 6 p.m. UK time for your daily dose of all things Liverpool. Florian Wirtz to Liverpool done. Liverpool have agreed a deal to sign Florian Wirtz, with Arne Slot's side continuing to trash out talks with Bayer Leverkusen over the asking price. The transfer saga appears to be nearing its end as the Premier League champions inch closer to striking a deal with the Bundesliga side, according to transfer guru Fabrizio Romano. However, Wirtz is still awaiting his flight to Merseyside to undergo a medical with the Reds before signing on the dotted line. With Tuesday's closure of the first summer transfer window having no impact on the deal, rumors currently swiring that his medical could take place later this week, Romano shared on X, formerly known as Twitter, exclusive, Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. Here we go, Liverpool verbally agree deal in principle with Bayer Leverkusen for package reaching €150 million add-ons included. Players' side already agreed 2 weeks ago with move now imminent. Wirtz set for medical and contract signing. The Reds will have to wait 6 more days, officially, to sign Wirtz with the first transfer window of the summer slamming shut on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. and it will reopen on Monday, June 16th. Due to the inaugural Club World Cup, a separate report from The Athletic suggested that while the deal hasn't been finalized, it is on the brink of completion as both parties negotiate the structure and payment terms of the transfer, regardless of the final sum. The move is set to eclipse the £115 million Chelsea shelled out for Moises Caicedo when they signed him from Brighton 2 years ago, setting a new British record. Ex-Germany and current Barcelona chief Hansi Flick was full of plaudits for Wirtz, remarking, "Florian is just a huge asset for this team with his carefree nature. He's simply an outstanding technician, loves to play, is very creative, has a good shot, runs hard and is quick. He's the full package." Milos Kerkez drops Liverpool transfer message. Milos Kerkez has proven himself to be a fiercely loyal teammate, a characteristic Liverpool would gladly add to their squad as part of the fullback's summer transfer. Whilst that is being worked out, the Hungarian has sent a kind message to Bournemouth teammate Dean Huijsen, who has finally been unveiled as a Real Madrid signing after snubbing the Reds and their Premier League rivals. As part of a defensive overhaul, Liverpool have already recruited right-back Jeremy Frimpong and for the opposite flank have their sights on Kerkez, being ready to escalate their effort once midfielder Florian Wirtz is through the door. There was once a time a third defender. Huijsen might have possibly sealed an early summer switch to Anfield as well, following an impressive debut campaign with the Cherries where he was nominated for the Premier League Young Player of the Year award. The 20-year-old possessed a £50 million release clause reportedly ready to be triggered by either Liverpool or a number of their top-flight rivals. Eventually, when real came knocking, no English side stood a chance as the Spaniard sealed a move to the Santiago Bernabeu before the 2024-25 campaign was done. If able to wrap up his transfer from Bournemouth, the Reds will hope Kerkez is able to make such strong connections with new teammates on Merseyside. The left-back had actually been linked with Real 2 before the summer window opened, though it is largely reported and hinted at in his other recent social media activity that he has made the opposite choice to Huijsen and would prefer the move to Liverpool as his next career step. Critically, Kerkez also missed Hungary's first international fixture of June, having been called up to the squad. He was then confirmed to have pulled out of the squad before the second match for private reasons. A possible transfer was not cited in that decision, but it still remains a huge possibility. Wataru Endo transfer decision make. The end-of-season ratings continue with Wataru Endo, the player who became a cult hero despite not featuring as often as he would have liked. It became one of the hallmarks of Liverpool's emphatic Premier League title triumph. Even if it meant Wataru Endo acquiring a cult status no footballer truly wants, as the Reds romped to a record-equaling 20th title, Endo gained a reputation as the new James Milner of the squad, that is, an experienced midfielder often introduced to help see out 3 points. The statistics are particularly telling. Japan national team captain Endo was brought off the bench on 19 occasions, exactly half of the games, in the Premier League campaign. Of those, 16 were when Liverpool were leading, with all bar 2 seeing him introduced after the 70th minute. Indeed, 9 were from the 85th minute onwards. The Reds went on to win each time, although at home to West Ham United in April it needed a late Virgil van Dijk winner after Arne Slot's side shipped an equaliser in the closing moments. It was after Endo's impressively aggressive cameo in the 1-0 win at Crystal Palace in October, only his second league outing of the season, that Slot was moved to praise the 32-year-old. Any frustration on Endo's part would be understandable. Having started 20 Premier League games last season, his only such nod this time around came after the title was won in the 3-1 defeat at Chelsea in early May. Instead, his full outings were restricted to 1 in the Champions League, 2 in the FA Cup and 3 in the League Cup. while also playing more than an hour from the bench in the League Cup semi-final first leg at Tottenham Hotspur. That was one of 3 outings at centre-back, highlighting Endo's versatility. Despite the lack of minutes, Endo made clear his future intentions last month when declaring, "I believe that focusing on how many titles I can win with Liverpool will be the best thing in my career." Liverpool handed transfer boost. Liverpool have been handed a major boost in their pursuit of a striker this summer after a new transfer twist in the ongoing saga surrounding Victor Osimhen. TBR Football claims the champions had previously held talks with the representatives of the Nigerian striker in May as they inquired about the prospect of a potential transfer this summer. However, when Saudi Pro League outfit Al Hilal activated the striker's release clause, it was anticipated by most experts that Liverpool, along with a host of other top clubs in Europe, had been priced out of a potential deal due to the finances the Middle East club were able to offer. Osimhen had gone close to joining Saudi side Al Ahly in the summer of 2024, but the deal fell through after Napoli changed their asking price for his permanent transfer in the final moments, with the Jeddah side instead signing Ivan Toney. However, no such obstacles appeared to be in place for Al Hilal to get Osimhen until the 26-year-old in a dramatic twist opted against signing a reported £650,000 per week deal with the Pro League runners-up to instead prioritize a move to Europe. This huge turn in events leaves Liverpool with a chance to get a deal over the line and steal a march over Manchester United and Chelsea, who had previously been linked with the Napoli frontman. TBR Football chief correspondent Graham Bailey has claimed throughout the season that Newcastle United talisman Alexander Isak is a dream target for both Liverpool and Arsenal. However, David Ornstein has previously said there's no chance Isak leaves Newcastle this summer. The Swedish international, who cost the Magpies a club record £63 million in 2022, has seen his market value rise dramatically over the last 3 years after proving to be a huge hit in the Northeast. That's a wrap for today's Liver Live. We've covered all the latest news, insights, and analysis on Liverpool FC. Don't miss out on any of our future content. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date with everything happening at the Anfield. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.